Man, so happy to be with you. It's so cool. This is our monthly call. We were doing them for a while and then they fell off. And so it feels good to gather the people back together that I love seeing. So this is our August monthly roundtable. And so if you've been through the STAR certification, raise your hand. All right. And Asta went through it. So Lee, Ava, and Annie are, if you've been through the SACAT training, raise your hand. Okay. All right, cool. Yay. All right. So I wasn't quite sure how to really merge the two, but some ideas that I have are forthcoming. I don't have a lot of ideas to tell you today. But I am thinking of possibly a virtual retreat as kind of a way to bridge it all together, because I'd like us to all be stars. Mm-hmm. So I'll work on that, and I'll make some announcements on that next month. So keep coming, and I am also working on a membership site that'll have these calls posted. We do still have an archive where our previous calls when you were in the SACAT program are all posted, and the membership site will have a fast and easy way to access that. But if there's anything that you want between now and the time I get the membership site completed, about halfway through, maybe 3/4, and you just go to the website, perfectcustomers.com, and on the dashboard, or on the banner at the top, I forget what you call that, it'll say dashboard, and you click there and it'll pop up the spot that says password, and you put in star 2019. So star, no caps, no hyphens, just star 2019, and you can find the archives from past calls and all the wonderful resources that Alan set up are all located there. And so that's my plan, is to move some of that over. But for now, it's sitting there very happily.
And the password is star, just star.
Star
right?
2019, star in the year. Yeah,
okay.
Star 2019. Yeah. So anyway, in the future, as I get this other membership site, you can go there and find resources. And let's see, I could show it to you probably. Oh, I'll just show it to you when it's ready. But some ideas that I have is to put case studies. Anybody that's working with the strategic attraction plan, I'd like to interview you and put it up there for other people to kind of hear what you're doing with it. I've got 2 podcasts up there, one with Michelle that she and I did, which is awesome. And we're going to be doing another one, which we don't have scheduled yet, but I hope it'll be like September timeframe, because I'm doing another promotion on a marketing challenge, as Anne knows about this because we both took the same course from Alina Vincent this summer. That was one of my things to do. And I'm very excited because I got a new idea for it. And my marketing challenge, what it is, it's a 5-day complimentary. There's no charge to attend. It's 5 days in a row. And it gets you a little closer to something, like something in your business. And everybody does some different subjects. And I was wanting to do something that would be a good complement to the Attracting Perfect Customers program. And so what I came up with is the title of my challenge is going to be to boost your selling self-confidence. And instead of calling it a marketing challenge, I just came up with this, so don't tell anybody. I'm going to call it a selling bee.
What?
A selling bee.
A spelling bee
A selling bee.
or selling bee?
A selling bee. It's how to boost your confidence, and you're selling self-confidence, right? So, and then so the 5-day challenge will be called a selling bee. And so I'm going to be using my bee paraphernalia for that. Anyway, that's kind of what I'm working on right now to pull the things together on that.
Very cool. I like it.
You like it? Thank you. Thank you.
Very cute to pull in your branding with the bee.
Well, Julia gave me that idea. You know, I had a consultation with her. She gave me a complimentary branding session.
Mhm.
And of course, we talked about everything under the sun for 30 minutes. And then in 5 minutes, she said, "Oh, your brand is the bee. Why don't you just use that?" And I'm like, okay.
Right, right.
So I have been thinking about the bee. So, and then one other announcement is that we will be starting the next round of the 12 Weeks to Attracting Perfect Customers in October. I'll give you the dates. It's mid-October. Let it go through. Let's see. October 16th will be the beginning, and that's a Wednesday, and it'll be at 11 a.m. my time, so that's 10 a.m. for you, Carolyn.
What is it again? I missed it. I'm sorry. Wednesday at 10 a.m.
Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern.
And it is what now?
It's the course you just finished, the 12 Weeks to Attracting Perfect.
Okay.
So you can come back and take it again. It's you know, not expensive to review, like $297, and then the virtual retreat for that one will be after the first of the year. Okay, so those are my latest announcements, and I'd love to hear what's happening for each of you. What's a win that you could share, and then after we do that, we're going to just do a little fun strategic attraction plan, a quickie
Okay.
on anything that you want to attract. So what's been happening in our amazing lives of each of you?
I'll go.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Well, I had an amazing training call last night. I had so much feedback, and I really feel like something is immensely shifted in me. I mean, there's different layers, but I am doing some work, and I really understand what got in my way, and I'm able to articulate stuff that people are able to understand, because what I get now in life that last night's call was on getting your emotional why clear, like your purpose and your passion, and that is step 2. So I did use a lot of the verbiage about what makes you tick, etc. And it's interesting. We have such a juicy thing here. It is so juicy to do the deep exploration, to go the inner place, because the inner place is where you will find your wisdom, your answers. And I notice in, we have a team of, I don't know, hundreds of people, but we had a large group last night for a summer night. Usually we don't have that many people, but they were interested in getting to their emotional why. And, I think what I noticed, and that's not necessarily just because what I noticed is the ones that spoke up and kind of went off track don't do self-reflection. They don't do self-reflection. They're not looking in. They're not looking for their own answers. And we are infinite. We have such capabilities. But the thing that I wanted to share, because it might make a difference for somebody here or not, but we want to have a big, hairy, audacious goal, like a big, scary goal that we have no clue how we're going to make happen. Because when we do, we are going to start learning and growing, and we're going to start tapping into things that we aren't using. some of our inner faculties, 6 different inner faculties will come alive, and we will get the answers because we're committed and we're made a decision to go for something bigger than we know how to do. So we don't need to know how to do it. We just figure out what is our huge desire. Like, what do we really want? Like, what difference do you really want to make? And then you got to get the second step. Once you do that, is getting your emotional why in place. Like, what is your emotional why? And you guys have heard me talk about my emotional why. I say it in so many different ways, but being a catalyst for transformation, to help people to bring their inner gifts, to tap into their infinite self, to start knowing that they have this greatness within themselves that I don't think we talk about that much in other circles. This circle does, but other circles don't. And but if you do step 1, getting your big, hairy, audacious C goal, and then 2, getting your emotional why, then you're starting to put the GPS on. When you start putting the GPS and you go for it, like now you've made a committed decision. Now you're focused and dedicated and committed. Things open up, things change. And you have to stay in the process of learning and repetition too, like, because most people don't know this stuff. So there's got to be repetition of learning and growth. But I'm watching people come alive on my team that have not been alive before. Like, I mean, they've been in the same, I was in the same place for a number of years. I mean, I was shifting out when we were doing this last class for sure. But like, it just feels like there's more, like, there's like, I couldn't even fathom myself saying what my big, hairy, audacious goal is before, because I had no clue how to do it. Well, I don't need to know how to do it. That's not my job. The how is not my job. The thing is to know where I'm going, where I want to aim to. So it's just really become an exciting journey. And I just feel like and Jan, you would say so many of these things in different ways, but always like, what value are you bringing? Always bring greater value than like, ask yourself today, how can I be better? Like, what can I do better? How can I provide more value? How can I leave people with the feeling of increase? And you say all these things in different terms. So it's just as you hear these things and you integrate them, but once you know your passion and purpose, it doesn't feel like work anymore. It's like, this is what I am, who I was meant to be, not the ego, not the brain, it's more like your mind, like your infinite self is showing up, and you will be guided to the next step if you stay in the process. And you spend a lot of time. Okay, so this is the other part. The other part is writing your life story as if it's already so. Your big, hairy, audacious C goal. A goal is something you know how to do. B goal is something you can plan to do that you think you can do. And a C goal is like a big goal that you have no idea how you're going to get there. So now you're going to start playing. And you've said these too. Like, we're going to make the movie. We're going to make the movie. We're going to make the script. We're going to read the script. We're going to start experiencing the script. We're going to feel it. We're going to sense it. We're going to describe it. We're going to start living it. We're actually starting to live it such that it's now embodying in our body. And we've done it with so many other things. We've done it with vacation. We've done it with buying a house or picking a relationship. We've done it in many areas, but we don't necessarily know that we can do this with our future and live into the life that we'd really love to live in. And it's by reading it, reading your script, adding to your script, picking words that jazz you and juice you and give you alive, and just keep adding on to it. It's like amazing how it starts to unfold. It is amazing. So that's
wow, that's great. Yay, Carolyn. Woohoo.
You are
Because
so
they don't-
passionate. It's so fun to hear you.
I know, I love it.
It's
Hey,
just-
Carolyn, this is Ava. We don't know who you are.
Now you do.
Now you do.
We don't know.
Now you do. Yeah, so good point. Not everybody has met. So why don't
Oh, I'm sorry.
you
Yes.
introduce yourself? I didn't say that in the beginning. So yes, why don't you go ahead and just tell us a little bit of who you are, where you live, and what you do.
Okay, my name's Carolyn Carmen. Thank you for asking. And I'd love to hear everybody else too, again, to hear how you I live in Edmonds, Washington, which is outside of Seattle, and I have an amazing husband and two sons, and dogs and cat. But I am a coach, and I also am in the wellness field. So I have a large team, and I love to help people have more aliveness by getting more plants into their diet. And I've done this for 19 years, and I just love to help people be healthier because that's where the aliveness starts.
Yeah. Great, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Cool. Did you tell them what business you're in?
Okay, I'm with a company called Juice Plus, which is concentrated fruit and vegetable powders.
Which are really good. I've been enjoying those all summer. So
Yeah.
All
Fruit,
right.
vegetables, berries, and grapes, and Annie's been doing the shred with it the last couple months. So
doing the shred.
Lots of
Cool.
weight, too.
I just can't get into the shake routine. I'll do it like a day or two, but anyway. Not that it doesn't taste good. It's just me. All right. So I was going to just throw in just a comment on what you shared too. I was thinking about when you were being so passionate, about your vision and your idea, whatever, however you want to say it, your big hairy goal. And Abraham has an exercise. I think it's in the Ask and You Shall Receive book. I have to look it up, but it's either 15 minutes or 15 seconds, and I can't remember. But you just, for that short period of time, you just visualize like crazy. Oh, and this is happening, and that is happening, and people are calling, and I'm excited, and I'm lit up, and you just set the timer and just do it for that period of time. I think it's about 15 seconds. 15 seconds. And you can do it around anything. You can do random appreciation was one of them, where you just, oh God, I was so thankful and grateful, and so on and so forth. Or you can do it around your vision and your inspiration. Stacy and I used to do this before everything we did together, whether it was a teleclass or a workshop or a speaking engagement, and we would just, we would stand there together and go, and this happens and that happens and blah, 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 just rapid fire. It was a lot of fun. So that's what I was reminded of today. Cool.
It's fun making our movie.
Yeah. Thanks for getting us started on a good note.
You're welcome.
All right. Somebody else. What's your latest and who you are, where you live? Let's see.
Annie's up to bat.
Annie, okay, Annie, and then Lee and Ava, I guess. Okay.
I'm Ann Puglisi. I live in Roseville, Minnesota, suburb of St. Paul. I have been working for 5 years to create a business, and I am launching it this month. I have my website darn close to finished. It was something that Jan said I didn't need 2 years ago. She was right, but I'm glad I got started then, and that it's getting close to finished. And I'm into doing caregiver coaching and using the strategic attraction planning process for that. And I've created an ebook about that I call the Caregiver's Success Plan. So,
It's beautiful. I like that.
they've even I even have a Google phone number now.
Really?
Yeah.
What does that do?
And I have an ad in a holistic magazine here for September.
Okay.
Because they were highlighting coaching. So
Uh-huh.
we'll see what happens.
See how the universe is working for you?
What?
You see how the universe is already working for you?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
It's finally happening.
All right. Well, congratulations, Anne. Lots of good developments and growth and expansion there. I'm proud of you. Yay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Standing ovation. So, Lee and Ava, would you like to go next?
Ava can go first.
So I know some of you, my name is Ava Gudeman, and we are transplants from San Diego, California to Omaha, Nebraska. a story to come later because it's a long story. Anyway, I have been not doing anything but moving and putting things away, so I haven't paid a lot of attention to my non-business at the moment, except that I've ordered a mural off of Wayfair. That's a lighthouse, and it's going to be on my whole wall in my office. Anyway, I do T-shirts. The little quick story is about 35 years ago, I took the forum, and I wanted to tell everybody about what the forum had to say without them having to take it if they didn't want to. But I thought I was a little too pushy, being Jewish and small and have a big mouth. So I asked God if I could, is there another way I could do this besides talking to people and them off? He said, well, you might want to try comic strips. Oh, that's interesting, except I don't know how to write a comic strip or draw. He said, don't worry. And then he said, did you ever hear of T-shirts? Do you know anybody who wears T-shirts? I said, yes, of course. So he says, how about a T-shirt? Just put something on a T-shirt. So I have 309 sayings that are sitting waiting to be made into T-shirts, but the funding isn't there. Blah, blah, blah. That's the bad news. The good news is, one example of the strategic plan is, it was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. It was the day after my birthday. I had just worked on my strategic attraction plan. Like, really, it came to me like, I need to have somebody who's been in the business, apparel business for many years, who is an international, who can get it out there, advertising, marketing. Just take it. Don't tell me how to do it. Just take it and let's go run with it. So the next day I got a call from my insurance company, and it was someone who was welcoming. It was my birthday, and they blah, blah, blah. And I had this sense that this guy I needed to talk to. So I asked him, what did you do before you made these nice calls? He said, well, I was the advertising and marketing person for an apparel company. Well, I almost fell off the floor. And then he started to talk a little more. And then we started to say goodbye. He said, do you want to know what company I was with? And I said, yes, absolutely. He said, Levi Jeans. And I lost it. And that was the next day after my first strategic attraction plan. So it's sitting on my wall. I look at it every day. The guy's name is Greg Kinner. I know who he is. He works for Lee Jeans. I know where to find him. He's on the internet. I haven't done anything. I'm scared. I'm not scared to death. I don't have it together. So that's my story.
And she's sticking to it. She hasn't got it together.
That's right. We have to move.
You can come to my selling bee.
Okay.
It's all about boosting your selling self-confidence.
Yeah.
Right.
It's right there.
Wait, I got one more thing to say. And the
Okay.
T-shirts are here to change people's, what do we call it? Oh my God, my brain. Change their thinking. A shift of thinking for all humanity. That's what my T-shirts are about. Okay. I'll have to post them. That's it. I'm handing the plate over to my husband.
Okay.
Okay.
And Annie's been my true friend through all of this. Just to let you know.
And you guys met through strategic attraction,
Yes,
right?
Yes, we did. We sure did.
Found a runway person for me when we talked about it that afternoon. Okay.
That was really outrageous time.
Wasn't it?
Yes. So my name is Lee Gudeman, and I'm up to something that, as long as my wife doesn't hit me, I'll be okay. Something she doesn't want me to do.
What?
So I was actually considering running for president
Oh my God.
on the Republican ticket. Okay. Because there's no one really capable of making a difference on the planet greater than I am. Now that's pretty boastful. However, I see things in a way that complements everyone on the planet, bringing things together, making life better for everyone. My, Make America Great Again was Trump's motto. Mine is Together We Can. So what I'd like to actually do is get my statements on all these different subjects, like, women's rights. Okay. Actually, I'm against abortion. However, if you're against abortion and you want to make a difference, you have to see that the people who are gotten themselves pregnant through either no fault of their own or through rape or incest or something, have an opportunity to be loved and cared for, so that they can actually go through the experience of having the child and giving it away rather than destroying that possible human being. And if somebody really needs to have an abortion, they're welcome to have it. It's their personal responsibility. So I wouldn't stop anybody from doing that. So I'm very conservative in that area, but I still know that there's an opportunity to really make a difference, because instead of people shouting and yelling at people at abortion clinics, they should be taking those people in with loving hearts and making them comfortable and help them move through this experience of an unwanted pregnancy. They have no, as humanity right now, we lack.
I'd rather not get into controversial subjects, but I get that you're passionate about that, and
lots of other subjects. So what I'd like to do is send everybody my platform and get some input on it.
Okay.
And what they see or feel that I should be talking about. And then I need to go and find someone who can help me with a Instagram account and just start putting it out.
Yep. Or Twitter.
Start someplace.
How about just say, could he say 360 million people? They'll understand that.
No.
Okay, bye. All right.
So, you know, it's a big vision.
Yes. It's one of those big visions Carolyn just talked about.
Right, exactly. And, you know, there's so many issues that need to be covered. And you know, it's like healthcare, the stupidity of those people who are promoting healthcare for all.
Okay.
You know, healthcare.
Okay. Just don't want to turn this call into a campaign, all right? But I am interested in what you need and what you want and what you're doing, but not here to, you know, enroll people into your position, I guess.
Okay, that's fine. I'm with it.
I mean, not that I would disagree probably with a lot of things that you might say, but right now, I think that's I don't know. I would rather, this is a business call, not a political campaign.
Well, that's my business.
Okay. I got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So, all right. Thank you for sharing that. So who's next? Tell us who you are, where you live, and what your focus is, I guess, in your business.
I will go.
Okay. Thanks, Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
I don't think there's anybody here that doesn't know me.
Pretty well known here.
One minor thing is you guys are now only 4 hours away from me. Maybe 4.5 hours, but actually 4. So you're a lot closer. So
yep.
As soon as we get our house together, we'll come up and visit.
Okay, we'll see. So I am basically on sabbatical. I'll put it that way. I've had some ongoing health issues which came to the fore last year in the spring, and I basically had to shut down all of my coaching business, all of my activities, and just be in the self-care area. And that is kind of still ongoing. That's my focus. And
you look great, by the way.
I get that.
Whatever you're doing is working. So
it is, and it's maybe not as fast as I would like, but it is happening the way it should. And I am starting to move back into some of the things that I'm passionate about. I'm part of this Mankind Project men's group, and I've been very active on the national level, and I'm about to get back into being an instructor in one of the training areas. So it's just, I just have to watch how my day goes, take rest when I need it, and just sort of be in that letting go space of things going on.
Prayers, brother.
And no, I put it as it's non-life threatening, stuff. So it's just was in a wake-up call that, I've reached the point where the idea of pushing myself in 14, 24-hour days, or, getting all excited about doing something new, it's just, that's not the right thing for me to be doing right now. So it's moving more in the direction of being officially retired and just enjoying and doing whatever's most important for me right now.
Good for you.
Sounds like an attraction plan to me.
Yep. So that's basically it.
I'm glad to hear you're feeling better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And all right, who's next?
Two other people I don't know.
Asta, Michelle, and you already went, didn't you? Okay.
Yes, I did.
Okay, who wants to go next, Asta or Michelle?
Lost somebody.
No, it isn't.
Didn't?
Go ahead, Michelle.
Okay.
There you go. Asta's unmuted. Okay, go.
I'll go. I apologize. I missed the first 15 minutes of this, so I'm trying to follow. I had a call come in. I'm trying to follow what we're doing. Is this just introductions?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my name's Asta, and I live in Colorado Springs. And I took your class last fall or winter, spring. I don't know. It was a long time, so I don't know if it was winter or spring.
Spring, winter.
Last spring, and I actually have looked at my SAP. I think that was one of your emails that you sent. Have you looked at it? Have you added to it? Actually, I have looked at it, and I have added to it. And I'm starting to talk to people about it. So I'm a little slow sometimes, but things are moving forward with that. And there's still a lot of questions with it, still trying to understand the flow, but I see the value in what I'm seeing and doing with it. And that's kind of who I am and what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
What are you doing? I don't know what you're doing.
You don't know what I'm doing? Well,
I don't know what you're doing.
Yes, I'm simplifying my life and looking at a way to generate an income with some of the tools that I've been given and some gifts that I have. So actually, my Girl Scout, for those of you who know about the Girl Scout troop, I found just the new troop is amazing, and it's run by 2 men. And for my daughter who's got no male role models in her life, that's wonderful, and I'm super excited. And all of my dreams have happened when I finally got rid of that. And the other things I let go of last spring is just everything's just like starting to move forward. So I'm simplifying my life is what I'm doing, kind of like Carrie is, and putting my right priorities where they are, and now looking to see how I can generate an income with some of the gifts and tools that I have, like the SAP, the strategic.
Cool. Thank you for sharing that.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, it looks like we've got Michelle.
Michelle, you have been up, girlfriend.
Okay. Hi. My name is Michelle Baker. I am a director of global sales development, international keynote speaker, expert confidence coach, and a sales strategist. I have my own coaching business, as well as I partner with the National Association of Sales Professionals, and I get to have fun and work with a company in startup mode. So I get to play in my genius all day, and it's been absolutely amazing. Wasn't that way when I started, but now it is. What I actually do is I had my own business where I became renowned for vision. I have a gift of helping people to get clarity. Don't tell them what to do. I explain to people, if you're in a space where someone's telling you what you have to, ought to, should do, run, right? That is detriment to your success. You want someone. The people in our lives are meant to inspire us with questions that invokes our infinite imagination. So I empower people to have more confident conversations, and confidence is internal. confidence cannot be faked. It happens by the conversation you're having internally, and it's reflected in your communication, which is 55% body language, 38% tone, and 7% words. So I'm really astute and empowering people to be amazingly confident from where they are, what they have now today, and to build onto that and do massively. So I always ask my clients, what do you want to create? And that's what we do. I don't want to do anything that's already been done. I always want to do what you've never done before and you believe you can't do, but now you will after working with me.
Where do you live, Michelle?
Austin,
Michelle.
Texas.
And how do we find you?
Yeah, well, I can put my email in here.
Put it on the chat line. There you go.
Yeah, we need to talk.
Cool.
How to go in the chat line. Okay.
Let's see. Who else joined in? Somebody joined
Evil.
Evald, are you still here? There you are.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
I'm still in Venice, having fun.
Okay. You might explain Venice,
California.
California.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you rollerblading or what are you doing in Venice today?
I'm still at the same house, remodeling 2 bathrooms.
Okay.
So, you know.
So tell people who you are, what you do, and what your win is.
Oh, well, you know, I am, by trade a plumber, but I do, a lot of remodeling, like entire bathrooms. That's my day job. And I just became a belief plumber, which means I work with people's beliefs. If they feel like there's some hidden or some deeper beliefs that prevent them from achieving, their true goals. I work with the deeper inner, or let's say hidden beliefs or dormant beliefs that they still might harbor unknowingly, to, create the space so they can create what it is they really would love to, but don't necessarily get, because it's one thing what we say, but another what we get. So there's a disconnect, and that disconnect is usually, your own beliefs. So I figured out, since I'm already a plumber, and I fix, fix clogged drains, so maybe I might as well start fixing clogged brains.
I love it.
Great.
From clogged brains to from clogged drains to clogged brains. Totally love it.
That's wonderful. Write that down, Evald.
I figured out how can I now really do what I do for 30 years. I have so many different people. I have been to so many homes, and I realized also that I'm not necessarily a business coach, because a business is so many different elements, but I can fix a segment. It's just like a house, when your drain is clogged, when power is off, it doesn't matter how beautiful your house is. It doesn't matter how, and nothing really matters, because that particular thing is clogged, and no matter what you do, no matter how much you try to get rid of it, unless you remove that limitation, you can't really change anything. So rather than, looking at the business from the entire perspective, I look at one segment, and then I find a segment that is clogged, like analyze it, like put your, putting a drain camera in to find out what it really is. And sometimes it's something unexpected, and usually it is something unexpected, and over the years things clog, like any energetic system, like a human body clogs, a business is nothing but an extension of a human being. So that's when I started realizing this is really what I'm good at. And that's something I can literally teach to anyone. It doesn't matter who would be in front of me. I would even have the guts to, teach it to Bill Gates, but I could not tell him anything else about business.
Yeah.
But if he would have, let's say, some kind of limitation or a stress or something that really is preventing him in one area, and he wants to improve in that area, then I could definitely do that. And that's the realization I had, because, I was like, am I good enough? Who can I teach something? And then I realized, well, I do that all day long. So
That's right. That's right. I love
really
that.
That was my breakthrough, and I realized I can do that. I'm not afraid in that sense, because what really held me back is my own beliefs. This and this, and am I really a business coach? And I don't want to do big business. I had one time 20 employees, but that was 6 months, and then I said, no, that's not for me. I love more the connection, meeting the people, meeting new places, going somewhere else every day. After 2 weeks, I'm already ready for the next project, because that's just the way I am. So
yeah.
but I can, but when I perform better than anyone else. I have spent years and years of, reading and improving myself, and this has been my hobby all day long. So now it's time to, unclock some beliefs, So it's essentially the same principle, but principles never change, and I realized the principle that I had to change is how do I see it? Either I change my own beliefs or I change what I do and what I already believe in and what I'm already good at, So basically, I realized that's my niche. I mean, it's the same. There's no difference, It's and that was really, again, what changed my approach and also took my fears away, because I was able to work on that beliefs and I was able to shift so I can believe it,
Yeah.
So that was my my big breakthrough, and I have a good sense for that. I can see this right away. I mean, I have that's really my gift. But I mean, it didn't align with coaching in a sense of what is it really that I teach, what I coach, what is it where I make a difference, where do I really truly, undoubtedly,
Sounds great.
create a difference not only for others but also in myself, which is the first part.
Nice.
Anyway, that's my little story for today.
Okay, I like it. Do y'all see the little rainbow on me? I've got a crystal somewhere shining a rainbow. So there it is. Can you see it? It's right here.
Oh.
It's on my face.
Yes.
Cool.
I have rainbows
Yeah.
coming out of my mouth.
Yeah. Is that like when people crap rainbows, but now you speak in rainbows?
I guess so. It's my rainbow personality. I don't know. No, it's my prism on the desk. I moved them from the other room into here, and now I have fun with the rainbows. So. All right. So let me ask you, before we jump into anything like an SAP, what would you most like to get out of our monthly calls? What would be what would be most valuable to you? I'll give you a minute to think about that. What would be most valuable? What would, because I recognize everybody's very busy. They've got a lot on the plate, and there's a lot of places you could be. But what would make it so important to you that you came together once a month, that would be important? Michelle, and then Carrie.
Well, I participate in groups like this for sole purpose of accountability, right? Fun gets more done. And I tell people that I got sick of arguing with my other coworkers, me, myself, and I. So I went out and started to find other people that I could actually have conversation with that was healthy. So accountability to actually, I'm in sales, so I always want to measure by how many conversations and conversions I've had with my ideal client. So for me, that would make this awesome, because then I know that I'm implementing it, and mastery is the repetition, 10,000 hours. Mm-hmm. So I want to be masterful in how I identify and communicate with my ideal clients, and then continue to increase the value of what I'm offering them, which makes me in turn more valuable, which allows me to request more money. So that would be my option.
Okay. All right. So
who is your ideal client, Michelle?
Oh, you want to go, because we have about 7 minutes, so we
only have 7 minutes. Okay. I'm sorry, we can't get into the specifics of each person, but Carrie, what would you like to most get out of this call?
What I would want to get out is this is one of the groups that it's the like-mindedness. So it's that touching base of connecting. It's one of my key circles. The men's group is one circle. I will use this word, but I will also take it back right away, because in my awareness of what's happening with our Native Americans. I consider this word personally as a cultural appropriation deal, that it's not good. And that's the idea of talking about it as a tribe. I rather use the idea of the circle, that this is a place where I like to make that connection, be part of, and connect with people that I know and trust and feel good with.
Oh, that's good feedback. Thank you. Asta, yes, and then Carolyn.
Sure, to make this valuable for me, I'd like to see it run kind of like a mastermind group. I've never belonged to anything like that, and the ones I did kind of petered out. So something where I get some ongoing value, kind of like Michelle said, you know, accountability or some sort of ongoing value to make it worth my time to be here,
Okay.
where I'm moving my life forward.
All right. Okay. Great.
I was gonna say awareness and aliveness, but I think what you just said, Asa, is really good, because it's like masterminding so that we have our container gets bigger, so we see different ideas than we saw by ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Ava's going to jump in. I agree.
Yeah.
I definitely want a mastermind group put together. This is a beautiful little seed pearl we have here. My intention is to have our Airbnb up and running by October 1st, and I'll somehow get to you. My perfect roommate would be someone who can take the how to get my t-shirts and comic strip out to the world. So they will just walk into the place we live. They'll love it. They'll share it with us. So that's my I don't know if we call it intention. That's what I see happening before we talk next month.
Okay. All right.
And I would love to have a conversation with you, Michelle.
Seeding intention. So that's what I got from what you said, to seeding your intention. And so new results, connection, I hear all of that and what you're saying.
The perfect roommate. The perfect roommate that will just love what we do and just say, hey, I can do that for you. And that's, I mean, it showed up with this Lee Jean. So it's like, it's out there. I just have to do my story and sing my movie. I love that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anything else you can think of that you would like from our circle? Annie?
Oh, I love the connection with like-minded people, like Carrie said. I love the vibes and the energy in the group. I've learned a lot today, just in the sharing that we do about who we are, what we're doing, and it's very valuable. And you know, being alone in the business, it's nice to have a community here.
Yeah.
I still highly value that.
Yeah. Me too. Evald, how about you?
Well, you see this?
Yes.
Oh, hi. Yay,
Hello.
Venice. Oh, that's Venice.
Okay. So now here, when you see the channels, you have to understand one thing. Years ago, they were not working. They were all clogged and the water was stinky and smelly.
Do you want to complete?
Massive removal and repipe and fix the whole ecosystem so it is now natural again. And that's what we gotta have to do. We have to fix our ecosystem, our inner beliefs, and then it will look like this. Not like a smelly, old, muddy, greasy water, like it used to be for years, because it was never done properly till they figured out what needs to be done and fixed it.
So is that what you want out of this group?
Yes, I'm gonna fix the plumbing.
Fix the plumbing. Okay. Okay.
Love it.
I love it. I love it.
Lee just went upstairs. I'll speak for him quickly. He has brain cancer tissues on his head. They took a piece out that was the size of a silver dollar, and he's stitched up. He looks like Frankenstein. So that's what's shown up in our space this month. So my intention for him is to have all his cancer cleared. He's got a couple of spots on his head. He hit his head on a cabinet door when he was bending down to get something. He hit his head. So please be careful of cabinet doors.
Okay.
I mean, now he's, so that he just walked off to do something. So a phone call came. So he's, I guess he's.
So maybe what you also want, all of us, is a little bit of healing.
Yeah, please,
Healing
that would be great.
from our group.
Right.
All of this is possible. We just have to, as Carolyn said, dream big. And, you know, what else is possible? I remember one time in a workshop, we created the possibility that the Cold War would end. And that was a long time ago. And by the end of the series, it actually did. So, you know,
wow.
Did we impact that? Yes, we did. I just say we did. So, you know, that's the power of these kind of circles, is that if we will all bring that kind of intention and intentionality to that, I'm going to get my life out of this. And if I find myself seeing that this is a to-do thing, or, you know, it's not really fitting my schedule, you know, everything else comes in front of it, then create a bigger possibility. So today's call is complete. I know we didn't get into the attraction plan, but I thought it was really important to find out what was on your minds, what attracted you to be here. And please come. It's the 4th Tuesday of every month. The next one will be September 24th, the last Tuesday of September. And so don't forget, we have a Facebook group, and I'll be sending you a link to join the membership. And so lots of ways to stay connected, and I'll keep enhancing those for all of us. So thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate your time, your energy, and your contributions. So, all right.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Blessings to everybody.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Jan.
Yes, thank you, Ava. Thank you, each one of you. All right. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Ann. All right.
Great background there, Mr.
Thanks,
Carrie Bell.
Carrie.